donations towards that. You can give them to me after church, or you can put them in the offering plate and mark it VBS Friday night meal. That way we'll know what we have. Thank you so much.
And it's still not too late to volunteer to help. These kids they know excuses, but we know them better, right? I've got a few announcements, but before I do, I just have a question, okay? We sang Spring Up, Oh Well. How many of you knew that song? All right, how many of you remember the actions to that song? Spring up, oh well, within my soul. I don't know very many of them, I just remember the spring up, oh part. And I was going to go up there and say, come on, let's do the actions, but I didn't know them, so. Wasn't worship really good this morning? Okay. Kids can be dismissed, correct? So I have just a few announcements. Continue to pray for Pastor and the team. I've heard from Pastor. We've heard from Christy. Everything's doing well. Pastor said he's already encountered a couple miracles, so praise the Lord on that. But it sounds like things are going well. So continue to pray for them. They come home the 3rd. So pray for safe traveling mercies. I know they ran into a few encounters on the way. I think they were in Texas and the alarms were going off at the airport. And I think it kind of freaked everybody out a little bit. But they made it through. So they all made it down there safely. So a few other announcements. We do have Women's Brunch July 6th. We have Men's Breakfast July 20th. And then the 8th through the 12th is Youth Camp. So I know Robbie's not here today, but I'm not sure. Do you know how many youth are going? There's usually 15 or so. So pray for those during those days. Pray for the counselors, those that are involved. Again, that's a great opportunity for these youth to be changed and to get closer to God. You know, there's a lot of things there. Anybody that's been to camp can remember those days that sometimes it can be very impactful in their lives. So VBS, again, if you're not part of it and you want to see Angela or see one of us, and we'll make sure we get you plugged in. So The Chosen, there's this tomorrow, they'll be playing the last 2 episodes. So if you're interested, if you've been coming out to that, you're welcome to come on out. But that'll be tomorrow night, and the last 2 episodes will be playing. So the last thing I've got is our church building fund. We're still plugging away at that. We're getting some stuff done here. We just need continued help on that to assist us with the funding to make sure we have the money to cover all the projects we need to do. We've got to finish I think the wall's pretty well done. We've got to get the door installed, and then we've got to put the new air conditioner heating units in. And then we want to start on the roof. You know, the roof's going to need some repairs, so it takes funds, of course, to do that. So we'd appreciate any help that you guys can do with that. Just put building projects or building fund, and Sandy will make sure it gets towards the project. So I think I've got everything. I don't see anybody raising their hand. Oh, I got somebody raising their hand. There we go.
I just wanted to tell everybody that I think y'all remember we were in Texas when I got COVID, and I was in the hospital 42 days. And for the last few months, I've been diagnosed with long haulers COVID. And so 3 different doctors in Quincy have said that that's what I have, and my doctor in Colchester. And so we've just been praying so hard through this for Pastor John, you know, that he had so much, you know, that he needed healing. And I'm like, you know, every time I pray for myself, I have to pray for him, and Bane and I pray together. And I am starting to see the long COVID, the symptoms go